guys, I'm back. We're going to do Chapter 2, Work Together. It's on page 43 of the textbook. What we're going to be doing here is we're going to be posting to departments for sales on accounts using our sales journal and our general journal, and then posting into the general ledger and now the accounts receivable ledger. All right, so if you would, let's open up 2-1 Work Together. All right, again, we're on page 43. So it tells us the sales journal, general journal, and partial accounts receivable and general journals for Manhattan Beach Swimwear are provided. Manhattan Beach has 2 departments, swimwear and accessories. Your instructor will guide you through the following examples. Journalize each of the following sales on account, sales returns and allowances. The sales tax rate is 6%. Source documents are abbreviated as follows. S for sales invoice, C for credit memorandum. Again, if you go back to Moodle, and you look at this document right here, source document for journals, if you open that up, it's a little bit of a cheat sheet to help you in which journal goes what. So S's are going in sales, DMs, CMs, and M's go in general. All right, so that will help you out a little bit. Also with sales tax, if you go down to Chapter 2, sales tax varies on what county you live in. So for example, we live in Monroe County. So Monroe, the sales tax rate is 8%. If you buy something at the Eastview Mall in Victor, which is Ontario County, you're only going to pay 7.5% tax. All right, so it varies on county. You can see, and I just put it up there for you so you can see all the different counties. So if you go to Erie County, up in the Buffalo area, you buy something, it's going to be almost 9%. So it's 8.75. All right, just wanted to let you know that. So back to the problem. Our date is going to be September 1st. So we sold a bathing suit to Emily Branford for $40 plus sales tax, S12. All right, so all our S's go in our sales journal. So our sales invoice number is 12. You don't need to put the S because only S's go in here. We are selling it to Emily Branford. And she is now going to owe us some money here because she's buying a bathing suit. So she bought a $40 bathing suit, so it's under swimwear. But on that $40, she has to pay sales tax. So you're going to take 40 times 0.06 because they tell us our sales tax rate is 6% at wherever this may be. So our sales tax payable is going to be $240. So the total amount she's got to give us is going to be $42.40. All right. So we get to keep the $40. We hold on to the $240, and then at the end of the month, we'll send that into the state. All right. We don't get to keep that money. We are just holding on to it, and then it's our duty as a business is to send it on to the state. You can do it monthly. Most people will do it monthly, but you could do it every quarter as well. All right. Next one, on the 10th, we sold 3 beach mats to Robert Minco for $75 plus sales tax, S13. So our date is the 10th. We sold them to Roger. Sales invoice is 13. And now these are accessories. So we're going to have $75 worth of beach mats. All right, he has to pay sales tax on it. So 75 times 0.06 is $450. So the total will be $79.50 that Roger is going to have to pay us in the near future. So 14th, sold bathing suits to Oak Grove High School swim team for $310, no sales tax. So schools, charities, nonprofit organizations are what we call tax exempt, so they have to have a tax ID number. So in this case, Oak Grove does not have to pay because it's for the school. So there will be no sales tax. So they bought bathing suits for a total of $310, so they're going to owe us $310. Okay? All right. Now on the 15th, we granted credit to Roger Minco for 1 beach mat returned, $25 plus sales tax from sales invoice S13. Credit memorandum 23. So CMs are going down here in our general journal. So Roger bought 3 mats. He didn't need 3 or didn't like it, whatever. He's returning one of us back. So it's the 15th. Our document number is CM23. All right, so we have to give them a sales tax first. We know our debits always have to go first. So we're good there. So it's going to give you our sales tax payable. So $25 times 0.06 is $1.50. So we owe them $1.50 back for sales tax. Then we owe them the $25 for the beach VAT, which is going to be sales, returns, and allowances. And that's going to be accessories. So for a total, he's not going to pay us, so it's going to be accounts receivable. Roger, there he is, Roger Minko. So it's going to be a credit. He no longer is going to owe us $26.50. So we add our two debits up to get our credit. All right, so that's a return. Now they tell us, post the items that are posted individually from the sales journal and then from the general journal. So we're going to go up here to our sales journal first, and we're going to post our accounts receivable debit count. And these are going to go in our accounts receivable ledger. All right, so our first one is we're going to go down to Emily Branford. All right, so September 1st, Emily owes us $42.40. So our date is the 1st. Our post reference is the journal, so it's going to be S9. And it is, she owes us $42.40. Our balance is a debit. When they're the same, we add. Emily now owes us $97.40. We then go put our customer number back up here in our post reference, 110. Now we're going to go to Roger. Roger Minko. All right, so Roger on the 10th, can't remember the journal number, sorry, S9. Roger owes us $79.50. We know he's going to return some of that, but we'll do that in a minute. So $79.50. Again, our balance is a debit, so we're going to add the two together. And now Roger owes us $215.50. Put our customer number back up top, 120. All right, now we go to the Oak Grove High School swim team. So Oak Grove is tax exempt, so we don't have to worry about any tax here. So we're just, again, looking at our accounts receivable debit. So it's the 14th, S9, and they bought $310 worth of bathing suits, so they now owe us $380. All right, we put our customer number, 140, back up top here. So far so good with our sales journal. So now that we're going to post our return. So we go to our sales tax payable in our general ledger. And it's going to be on the 15th. Our post reference is going to be G18. And it's a debit of $150. Because we no longer have to send that money into the state because they returned it, so they get their tax back. So they're opposite now, so we're going to subtract, and we'll end up with $121.70. Go up here, post reference 2230 for sales tax payable. All right, then we go to sales returns and allowances, accessories, because remember we have built different departments to know how each is doing on their own. So sales returns, allowance, accessories. Our date is September 15th. Post reference is G18. And it's a debit of $25. There is no balance, so he currently has returned $25 worth of merchandise. Put our customer number, or our post reference number, 4215. So far, so good. So our next will be going to accounts receivable in our general ledger. So we're going to accounts receivable. Remember, our slash means we have to post it in two spots. So we got the 15th, post reference is G18. We now have a credit, $26.50. They're opposite, so we have to subtract. So we're going to subtract. So we now have a balance. It's still a debit because our debit is bigger, of $15.32.25. So that will be the first part of our slash. All right, so it's going to be the 1205, and then Roger Minco. Let's go down and see what Roger's customer 120. So it's going to be up here. That should be 120. All right, because the slash means we post it. So we're going down to Roger. Roger returned. Again, it's on the 15th, coming from G18. It's a credit of $26.50. So he no longer owes us this money. They're opposites. So we're going to subtract. So Roger now owes us $189. We already put our post reference up here, so we're good to go with our general journal. All right, let's finish doing our journal transaction. So we're going back up top here. It says on the 18th, we sold beach towel to Sarah Nunez for $15 plus sales tax, S15. So we sold one beach towel, $18, or 18th, excuse me. We sold it to Sarah. Our sales invoice number is S15. So a beach towel is going to be an accessory of $15 plus sales tax. So we're going to do 15 times 0.06 because that's the county sales tax rate wherever these people are. She's going to give us 90 cents. So Sarah's going to owe us a total of $15.90. All right, now on the 24th, we sold the beach umbrella to Emily Branford for $70 plus sales tax, S16. Sales invoice 16. Our date's the 24th. We sold it to Emily Branford. Umbrella is going to be an accessory, so the umbrella is $70. We then do 70 times 0.06 for sales tax, so it's going to be $4.20. So she's going to owe us a total of $74.20. All right, last journal transaction. Down here we got a return. So it's the 30th. So it tells us, granted credit to Sarah Nunez as an allowance for a defective beach towel, $15. Plus sales tax from sales invoice S15, issued credit memorandum 24. So our source document is CM24. So maybe she had it embroidered and they spelled something wrong. So they're giving her an allowance. So she gets to keep the defective beach towel. They don't want it back, but she also doesn't have to pay for it. So first she's going to get her sales tax back. And this is easy because she only bought one thing. So we can go up and say, oh, okay, our sales tax was 90 cents. Or, again, you do 15 times 0.06. So she's getting the 96 cents back. She's getting all of her $15. And it's an accessory because it's a towel. 15 for a total of $15.90 for accounts receivable. Sarah Nunez. I might have said the wrong name there, guys. If I did, sorry about that. Sarah is returning. All right. So, last thing we have to do is post the items that need to be posted individually, and then we're going to total and post our totals. So, starting back up here, we're at Sarah Nunez. So, down to our accounts receivable ledger. Sarah Nunez. On the 18th, $15.90. So, Sarah Nunez on the 18th. Again, our page number is S9, so that will be our post reference, S9. So she owed us $15.90. She currently owed us $48.50. So they're the same. So we're going to add them. So she now owes us $64.40. Her customer number is 130. Bring it up here in the journal. And our last one is Emily Branford. All right, Emily bought the umbrella on the 24th from S9. We're looking at just our accounts receivable debit. She owes us $74.20. They are the same. We need to add. So Emily currently owes us $171.60. Go up here, we put our 110 in our post reference. Remember, this column always has to have a number or a check mark in it, or you're missing something. All right, down to the general journal. Sales tax payable in our general ledger. So the 30th, G18, and it's a debit of 90 cents. So it's opposite. We're going to subtract, and we're going to end up with 120.80. We put our 2230 up there. Now we go sales, returns, and allowances, accessories. Our date is the 30th, G18, $15. Our balance was a debit, so they're the same. We're going to add them. So we now have $40 of returns. And then 4215 up in your post reference. Accounts receivable, what people owe us. So this is what people owe us, but it's a return, so it's going to negatively affect us. So it's G18. It's a credit of $15.90. They're opposite, so we're going to subtract. So we're going to get $15.16.35. Whoops, it would help if I was clicked in the right spot. $15.16.35. All right. And Sarah is the person returning. So we're going to go down. So it's going to be $130. So in here it's going to be $12.05, $130, because we also have to put it in our accounts receivable ledger under Sarah Nunez, $15.90. So she returned it on the 30th from G18. And she returned it all, the credit of $15.90. So she did owe us $64.40. She doesn't want that towel anymore, it's defective. She goes back to owing us $48.50. All right, customer number we already put up here in the 130. So we've done it, we posted everything individually. So we're good for there. All right, last thing, we're going to total. September has 30 days, totals. And we're just adding down here. So our accounts receivable debit for September was $522. Our sales tax payable was $12. Our sales credit for our swimwear was $350. And for our accessories, $160. Okay, general journal we're good with. Everything's already been posted individually. Now we have to post these 4 items, just the totals, in the general ledger. So we're going to start with accounts receivable debit. So our date is the 30th. Sales journal page 9, again S9. We have a debit of $522. It's a debit. Our balance is a debit, it's the same, so we're going to add. So we should be receiving $2,038.35 from our different customers. Hopefully the sooner the better. Take our account number, must be in parentheses here, oops, parentheses 1205. All right, sales tax payable. Our column heading is a credit of $12. So it's the 30th. S9. It's a credit of $12. Our balance is a credit. So they are the same. We're going to add. So we now have $132.80 of sales tax that we're going to have to send off to the county government. Up here, parentheses, 2230. Sales credit, got to put it in 2 spots because we want to know for each department. So we're going to start with our swimwear department. Our date is the 30th of September. Post reference is our journal page, S9. It's a credit of $350. So during the month of September, we sold $350 worth of bathing suits. So we're going up here, 4105. Then we have to do our accessories. So sales accessories, September 30th, S9, credit of $160 of accessories. But we do know we've returned some, and that's why we have the account sales returns and allowances. That's a contra account, so it will negatively affect your sales. All right, we are good to go. So we're going to go down here. We're going to check our answers. And we got a 31 out of 31. So you guys are going to do the on your own. And then we'll go to 2-2, work together. Have a great day. Thanks. Bye.